Well, the Trump administration may be cutting deals with countries looking to avoid crippling U.S. tariffs, but for some American companies, concessions may be a little too late. Small companies in the U.S. say they're already grappling with the higher cost of imported materials. Correspondent Mitch McCann filed this report from New York.
Since 1989, Deborah Koenigsberger has owned Noir en Blanc in Manhattan, where she sells hand-picked, high-quality clothing, with much of it coming from France. Deborah regularly attends Paris Fashion Week to scout the latest styles, but not this year.
I can't go to Paris and order a season's worth of merchandise and then not be able to bring it in because the tariffs have taken me to a point where I can't sell it.
Deborah says the unpredictability of President Trump's tariffs makes it difficult for small businesses to plan ahead. She describes the levies as punitive. Her current collection avoided the tariffs because she buys a year in advance. Next year's purchases could be problematic though, and it's forcing her to rethink how she runs her business and who she employs.
Well, if this comes to pass, I'm going to have to really sit down and remap, and kind of pivot in a way that makes sense. Hopefully I can keep my staff, that I have. I don't know. It's going to depend on what my bills do.
This is a reality many businesses in the US are increasingly facing, and data shows they're now less inclined to hire workers. US employers added just 22,000 jobs in August, lower than expected, and average job growth between May and August was down 75% compared with the same period in 2024. Data for September and October have been delayed due to the government shutdown. Inflation, meanwhile, has ticked over 3%. Jessica Walker from the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce says many businesses she works with are adopting a wait-and-see approach to bringing on or laying off staff.
It's not where we want to be. Certainly, we were seeing robust job growth before the tariff policy came into our lives, and we want to get back to that.
Down the road from Deborah's store, Patrick Hall is also focused on high-quality goods, including some from overseas. The co-owner of Elan Flowers is paying more to import some of his blooms from cultivated flower farms, wherever the growing season is best for different varieties. But Patrick says it's hard to link reduced staff hours directly to tariffs, since they're just one of many rising costs. He's also watching other expenses like healthcare and retirement plans for his staff.
It's really hard to maintain your profit and to make a profit when you've got rising costs on real estate and tariffs, and healthcare costs us more as a small business and a small business plan than it does large businesses. Same thing with sponsoring a 401k plan. It costs a small business more than it does the large corporations because of economy of scale.
Patrick says lawmakers who often tout small businesses as the lifeblood of Main Street need to better understand the issues they face, not just large corporations. He's even proposing to bring your legislator to Workday
and see what it's like to deal with all of the regulations and the things that we do, and sit beside me when I'm trying to make payroll. Just spend one day with me so that you can better understand what the differences are that small businesses face instead of large businesses.
For these small businesses, the steep import duties add insult to injury. Patrick says it's upsetting that he has to weigh their impact on top of everything else. While Deborah Koenigsberger describes tariffs as a dirty word. But by whatever name they're called, the reality is that the Trump administration's move to curb goods from outside the country is already cutting at Americans inside. For CNA, I'm Mitch McCann in New York.